There's plenty of sites to visit across the U.S. for music fanatics and history buffs. And travel journalist and author Bill Cleven has been all over, from recording studios to childhood homes, grave sites, everything in between. You've kind of run the gamut. Glad to have you here with us this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks.
I understand that you have a new book out. It's called The Ultimate American Music Bucket List. You're here to tell us about that.
I just so happen to have a copy right here. It's very convenient.
In case you want to know what the cover looks like.
Yeah. So it's all
Tell us
about
what
music sites all across the country. I'm very fortunate in my job. I get to travel all over the United States, and I just started to find all these great sites that all tied back to music and music history, statues, and you mentioned grave sites, a little morbid, but people like to see some of those sometimes. Recording studios, all sorts of cool stuff, but all tied to music.
Okay, who are some of the big stars that are tied to the places that you visited?
Oh my gosh, well, there's all kinds. So people are really drawn to, Elvis Presley, of course, is a big one. You probably know that, right? And, Hank Williams Sr., Dolly Parton's a big one. I mean, there's so, Buddy Holly. I mean, there's so many, and we are really fortunate that, and there I am in Sun Studio there where Elvis got his start.
Nice.
But yeah, there's so many places in the United States, and we've been really lucky that, people have saved these great spots. I mentioned recording studios. So like you could still go into Fame Recording Studio down in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, where Aretha Franklin recorded her first hit song. Norman Petty's studio, we pointed that out there, where Buddy Holly recorded. So there's so many cool spots to see if you like music.
What are some of your favorite places that you visited?
Well, I mentioned Fame. I love going down there. Dollywood actually is pretty interesting. Everybody loves Dolly Parton, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know this. There's a museum in Dollywood, and it has all of her stuff. So it's, it's her outfit, costumes, and her awards, and even her tour bus is there. So if you're visiting Dollywood, don't forget to go around the corner. I can't remember where they got it tucked, but you can't miss it. It's
a bus.
It's her tour bus. Yeah. So so those are a lot of fun, and I like statues, so it's kind of cool. So we have one obviously here in St. Louis for Chuck Berry, but places all over the country you can find really cool sites. Again, back to music history. It's a lot of fun.
And you talk about all the different things that you can see in these places. If you happen to be traveling with someone who's maybe not that big of a music buff, are there things at these sites that are interesting to them as well? What are some things that they could see?
Yeah, so I mean, I think even if you don't like so for example, in writing this book, I covered jazz and I covered blues and I covered, all sorts of types of music that maybe I didn't know a lot about. But what I found pretty quickly was that, the history, all of these places have great history and great stories. So even if you don't know who, Bill Monroe is, or if you don't know, I mentioned Dolly, of course everybody knows Dolly Parton, but whatever, or Hank Williams, there's just so many great stories that go with the music, and who knows, you might end up finding a new genre of music you like.
That you like. Well, I think too this is good information for anybody who's maybe looking for a nice summer road trip, places to go with the kids this summer. So let's get some more information on where you can find where you can go. To learn more, you can get the book or download the podcast by going online to AmericanMusicBucketList.com.